I got to a place where my body was regulated enough to be able to create life. So I'm very excited to be welcoming a newborn baby within the next 2 months after 7 years of being told I'm not able to have kids. My story goes back to when I was 5 years old. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Second cancer was when I was 21. Third cancer was when I was 23. I actually was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune diseases within a 5-year span. And in that 5-year, what really did knock me out of homeostasis was when my eyes started to shift. So I got thyroid eye disease, and that really showed me in the mirror that this isn't who I want to be anymore. The last news that I got in my life was when I was 26 years old. This was about 2 years ago, that I had reached a stage that no young woman should, and I was diagnosed with perimenopause, meaning I don't have any more eggs for a reproduction. Something within me needed to shift. I didn't want to live the rest of my life in fear, and I didn't want to have this identity that I will forever be sick and I can never be healed. I really made the intention at that point to make a promise to myself that I will figure out how. And getting there took a really long time because there was some resistance. So I started to read some self-help books, and one thing led to another. I listened to a podcast. Joe Dispenza was on there, and I recognized his name. And when I came across his work, I knew that I needed to really invest in myself, and I did not like to read, so I listened to podcasts first, and then I shifted to the documentaries, and then the books kind of just started to come into my life very naturally. I listened to his book, Becoming Supernatural, and really that's when the dots started to connect. About 2 years ago, when I made the commitment to really get into his work, I felt like I was missing some information. And when I came across, again, some new podcasts, it kind of started to click, the dots started to connect. And I remember the commitment I made to myself when I had my last surgery, where I had to go ahead and do a decompression eyelid surgery, which really put me into bed rest for about 6 months. So I was really doing nothing within that 6-month period, which really deepened the work of me going inwards and going back again to the resources that I knew were available to me, meditations, and really tapping away from that fear state. And what I always say to everyone is I really had to shift from who I was to who I was becoming to be able to feel that healing within me. I found myself finding so many shifts in my body. Fast forward to today, I'm 7 months pregnant. I was able to really be able to take in all the work throughout so many years of kind of going through the motions. So it wasn't a sudden change. It was definitely through motions and different ups and downs and a lot of losses. But I don't regret it for a minute. I have so much gratitude for the work that I've committed to, and it's given me such a blessing. I got to a place where my body was regulated enough to be able to create life. So I'm very excited to be welcoming a newborn baby within the next 2 months after 7 years of being told I'm not able to have kids.